you see pictures of those absolutely massive modern cruise ships, you ever just wonder what it's actually like on board?
Yeah, like beyond the shiny brochures, what's the real feel?
Exactly. So today we're doing a deep dive and we're focusing on one specific ship. P&O Cruises highlights a lot. The Iona.
Right. We're going to unpack what P&O Cruises tells us about it, the key features they point out, and what that experience might look like.
Yep. We've looked at the info P&O Cruises provides, and the mission here is simple. Give you the main takeaways, the stuff that really stands out about the Iona, nice and quick.
Okay, so first off, the size. P&O Cruises makes it clear this thing is huge.
How huge are we talking?
Well, they say 344 meters long. That's more than 3 football pitches laid end to end. And it weighs 184,000 tons.
Wow. That's enormous. And the capacity?
Get this, 5,200 guests, plus P&O Cruises notes, an 1,800-strong crew.
That's practically a town. And it's pretty new, right?
Yes.
P&O indicates it started sailing in 2021.
Yeah, 2021, so definitely one of their modern flagships. They also mentioned Southampton as its home port.
Convenient for UK travelers then. And who are they aiming it at, according to P&O?
They seem to suggest it's pretty broad, families, couples, even people trying cruising for the first time.
Okay, so a big modern ship for lots of different people. Where does P&O Cruises say it actually goes?
They list some classic cruise destinations. Think the Norwegian fjords, stunning scenery there.
Right.
Also the Canary Islands for some sun, and then routes covering Northern Europe and Scandinavia. So a decent mix.
Got it. Okay, let's talk about life on the ship. P&O Cruises really seems to emphasize the sheer amount of choice.
Oh, definitely. Across the 15 guest decks, they list, wait for it, 30 bars and restaurants.
30? Seriously? And what, 10 entertainment venues? Plus 4 pools?
That's what P&O Cruises highlights, yeah. 30 places to eat and drink. That's a lot of variety. Suggests you won't get bored easily.
No kidding. What kind of food and entertainment do they describe?
Well, P&O emphasizes world-class cuisine. They mention lots of included dining options, but also specialty restaurants you can pay extra for.
Okay, so standard cruise setup, but maybe more choice.
Seems like it. And for entertainment, P&O talks about, captivating shows, live music. They specifically mention acrobatics under something called the Sky Dome.
Sky Dome? What's that?
Sounds like this big glass dome structure, maybe a multi-use space. P&O also mentions theme nights, places like the clubhouse for specific vibes, and of course the spa and wellness stuff for relaxing.
Right, sounds like they're trying to cover all bases, high energy, relaxing, different tastes.
Yeah.
What about families? P&O mentioned families earlier.
Yeah, they really lean into that in their descriptions. P&O points to specific things like splash zones.
For the little ones.
Exactly. And adventure parks, climbing walls for older kids, interactive games, and, the classic kids clubs. Dedicated spaces.
So it sounds like P&O wants families to know there's plenty to keep children occupied.
Definitely seems a key selling point they highlight.
And does P&O Cruises give any insight into what actual guests think?
They do share some feedback themes. Apparently, guests praise the ship itself, being modern and well-equipped. Yeah. Also, the variety of places on board, the crew being friendly and hardworking, good service, that kind of thing. Cleanliness and the quality of the entertainment often get mentioned too, according to P&O.
Okay, so summing up the picture P&O Cruises paints, the Iona comes across as a very big, very modern ship.
But the huge focus on choice, especially dining and entertainment.
And a strong pitch for families, sailing to some pretty popular spots.
Exactly. It's presented as a destination in itself, really.
It does make you think, though. When you consider the sheer scale P&O describes, all those people, all those options packed onto one vessel. How might that kind of concentrated environment, almost like a floating resort city, change the whole dynamic of your holiday compared to, say, staying in one place on land or traveling more independently?
That's a really interesting point, that density and the sheer number of organized choices. It's definitely something to mull over when you're figuring out what kind of trip you're after, isn't it?